50, 45. There goes Davis.
Oh, my God.
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 587. Today is Sunday, November 9th, 2025. And the Jets, baby. We get it done, man. How you doing?
I'm feeling good, though. Patriots sneak out a crazy victory down in Tampa. 2.5-point dogs, one outright, sitting at 8-2. Let's get it. We're half game from the over, by the way, so got a long way to go, and we're already about to hit the over, though. I'm feeling good. Good.
We're feeling good coming into this episode. We'll break down Week 10 in the NFL. Week 11 in college was not good to me. I don't know about you, kid. It was not good to me.
I had one play, and it hit.
Oh, so good.
Texas A&M -6.5 by a mile, Dylan.
By a mile. So good shit on that. We'll preview Monday Night Football between the Eagles and the Packers. We'll have picks and props for that. And then a little later on in the show, we got plays for the NBA and in college. But, kid, we will start in the NFL, and we'll start in Germany, in Berlin. What a game. We get there by the hook, +6.5. The Falcons cover 25-31. You know, what a game. First rusher to have 1,000 yards on the season. He's the best running back in the league, and I just don't think it's close right now. He should win Offensive Player of the Year. 189 carries, 1,139 yards, 15 total touchdowns. He's tied for Edgerrin James for most touchdowns in Indianapolis franchise. Another great. Edgerrin James is I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but
he is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. So he's breaking numbers. What a game from Jonathan Taylor, kid.
Yeah, another, an impressive win by the Indianapolis Colts, because not for nothing, the Atlanta Falcons gave the Colts everything they had. That defense, they played well last week in New England. They showed up once again in Germany, Bill. 7 sacks on Daniel Jones. To me, besides Jonathan Taylor having an historic game, honestly, I think Atlanta played well enough. I think they held Danny Dimes in check. Taylor Warren hurt him a little bit, but other than that, Alex Pierce with that big play early on. But other than that, it was just Jonathan Taylor hurting them. Drake London, another big game from him, over 100 yards and a touchdown.
He's top 10.
Yeah, honestly, Drake London, he's having an amazing season. There's no doubt he's a top 10 wide receiver right now in the league, no doubt. Michael Penix Jr., I'm going to be honest, he's the main reason why they lost this game. He didn't play horrible, but he wasn't good. He wasn't good at all. And
tell me, when he loses the ball, it looks weird. It makes a crazy bounce. I don't know if it's because he's a lefty.
I think it's because he's a lefty. I'm not sure. It might be because of the lefty, but he didn't look good today. He had a bad game. Bijan Robinson, I think overall, Tyler Algier with 2 touchdowns. He ran the ball pretty well. Every time he got the ball, it was over 5 yards a clip. Same with Bijan. He averaged 5 yards a clip. It was just really Daniel Jones managing the game well. He didn't have a good game, but Jonathan Taylor, 244 rushing, 3 touchdowns. He put his team on his back, game-winning touchdown in overtime. What a game for the fans in Germany, by the way.
Yeah, hell yeah. It was first time in 35 years they've gone back, and it was incredible. The fans were electric. They showed out. But if it wasn't for Emeka Egbuka, Tyler Warren would win Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy is unstoppable. Daniel Jones, he didn't play the best, but bloody mouth and all, this is a good defense, and he came down their final drive, and he let them down there, and they won the game. Not his best performance, but he got the job done. Our season ticket under 7.5 is dead.
Dead. Never stood a chance, realistically.
No. Thoughts on Sauce? I didn't think he played the best, But granted, he's been with the system for 4 days.
I'll be honest though. I think he played for for being. You gotta take that in consideration. Being in the system for only 4 days, I think he showed up on the screen. Some good plays, some bad plays.
Yeah.
But we saw him. Still, he almost caught a pick.
Yeah, Drake London torched him on that 2-point conversion, made him
Yeah,
fall.
yeah. It did torch him, but though I think for like you said, being in the system for 4 days, being the starter, he was down there almost every down realistically, and just being there 4 days to me, he had a great game.
Yeah, I thought there were some moments where you're like, okay, that's why they traded for him, and then there was some where it just looked like he was lost. Where on Drake London's touchdown on the 7 route on the corner,
Yeah, that's just communication with him and his linebacker.
a linebacker against Drake London
Come on.
that all the time.
Yeah, I guarantee in 4
Yeah.
weeks from now that won't happen. So also,
Yeah.
you know.
But yeah, no, big win. What do you do if you're Atlanta now? Third in the South. They've lost 4 in a row. They lost to the 49ers. They lost to the Dolphins, which is, looking back, a bad loss. They lost to your Patriots. They lost to the Colts. They got the Panthers on deck. Not the best season. Like, what's going on with this team?
Realistically, if I'm Atlanta, if I'm the front office, we've been competitive as of late. Let's not forget that they beat the Bills a couple of weeks ago. Then you had a tough loss when you covered against the Patriots. You covered it once again today. Well, depending on what number you got.
They 6.5.
Yeah. So you was competitive. You played well enough to win this game, Dill, but it comes down to quarterback. Last season, before the draft, they got Kirk Cousins, giving that huge deal. They ended up drafting Michael Penix Jr., and to be honest, either quarterback has been impressive thus far. I understand Michael Penix Jr. might be the better option, but realistically, an above-average quarterback wins today's game. I feel like if the Atlanta Falcons just had a little better quarterback play, they'll have a better record than they have now. Maybe they win the game last week in New England. Maybe they win the game today in Germany, but I think it comes down to quarterback play. The defense stepped it up. It's definitely not the same defensive rush we had last year in Atlanta. I think defensively they improved by a lot, but offensively, I think you got Drake London, who's having a great season. Like we just discussed, top 10 wide receiver right now. Kyle Pitts, he's pretty good. He's above average tight end. Bijan Robinson is a top 3, top 5 running back. So you got weapons on the outside to help you, but we're yet to see the quarterback evolve in Atlanta.
I think it's the quarterback because the defense has improved. Statistically, it is a better defense than last year, but they just can't put it together. I don't know if the coach is it. I don't know if Raheem Morster is the guy either, if I'm being honest.
I like Raheem, but, I said it from day one. I don't think to me, there were better candidates at the time when he got hired. That's all.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the 1:00 window. Speaking of quarterbacks, and I'm not a fan of him, but I got to admit, got to give credit where it's due. Last few games, he has been impressive. Caleb Williams, 20 for 36, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 sacks. He took care of the ball, no interceptions. He ran for 63 yards. He is so fucking fast. If he hits the outside, they're not catching him. Rome Odunze, he had a good game as well. Colston Loveland had a pretty good game. And the defense stepped up when it mattered most. They started the game off pretty slow. On the other side, I'll say this. Jackson Dart has to get down. He just has to because he is so good, but he plays like a rookie in times where you just need to get down and live to play another day. And I just don't think he does that.
Yeah, he's still young, Dill. He got a little Cam in him. He's big. Not for nothing. He's a big guy. He's 6'4". I'm going to give him about 220-something, Dill. Maybe a little less than that, but he runs hard. We saw him numerous times today. What he had, 66 on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and he lowers his shoulders up the field.
That's not smart.
No, I agree with you 100%. That's why I said he got a little Cam in him. So I think the Giants just need to tell him because not for nothing, I've been impressed with him. I'm not sure how you feel about him, but I think Jackson Dart, I don't want to go right away saying he's the guy of the future, but he's trending that way. I at least admit that. I like what I've been seeing so far from Jackson Dart. And like you said, if he's able to get down, I think Jackson Dart can take off. Especially when Malik Neighbors is back, his guy Scatterbill is back. Let's see if they can able add another wide receiver in the all season. I think the offense around Jackson Dart can be better, and we'll see his play elevate as well. But he's still young. You can't blame him for not getting down. He got ruled out today with a concussion. Hopefully, he comes back sooner than later. It's nothing too serious. But I like what I've been seeing from Jackson Dart. And honestly, when he was ruled out of the game, Chicago was live, and and that's what they did. Give credit Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, like you said, there. He's been having a couple weeks. Started off slow. DeAndre Swift, nice to see him back from an injury. He had 80 yards on the ground. Caleb threw one, he ran one. Roma Duzia had a nice bounce back game as well. Nice to see Loveland with that bad start. We was thinking the kid was a bust still. Now it's back-to-back games, him over 50 yards, so that's good to see if you're a Chicago fan. Hey, the Bears are 6-3 right now. I'm not saying they got a shot at the division, but they're live. Yeah. They're live. I wouldn't bet on it, but hey, if you're a Chicago fan, you have the right to be excited.
I just think it comes down to coaching as well. I'm kind of out on Brian Daboll. I don't think he's that good. I think he's a good OC, but
yeah, I think he's a good play caller.
It just seems like they play scared. The punter, he had a bad game. Defense, they on paper, like you say, they're good, but they're embarrassing when it matters most. When they need a stop, they can't get a stop. I feel like Jackson Dart deserves better, if I'm being honest. So I don't know. Brian Daboll, I don't think is gonna last. They're just not a good team.
I think he finishes the year like Mike McDaniels in Miami. I think Daboll finishes the year
2-6.
Miami's what, 2-7, right?
Yeah, I guess, but they already fired their GM. Like they're on the cutting block. Like there were
they're already planning ahead.
Exactly. There were reports too that came out, I think, a week or two ago, when the Broncos came back 33 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. Daniel Moore, they wanted to fire him in Denver. Like, you didn't want to let him get back to East Rutherford. They wanted to fire him then. So I don't know. How much more losing as an owner can you take? Obviously, you get beat up by the Eagles. It's a tough one against the 49ers. Another tough one where you feel like we're in this game. We're up 80% of this game. We could win, and then you just blow it.
Yeah, it's tough though. So, me personally, if Jackson Dart didn't get hurt in this game, I think I would have liked the Giants' chances a little better with him than Russell Wilson to close the game. But I agree with you. The game against Denver, that was a fireable offense.
Would you be surprised if they did fire him?
Surprised, no. But if you're already this far into the season, I say why fire him now? Let him finish out the year. Why have an interim in there? I think at the end they let him finish the year. That's my opinion.
One of the most surprising games of Week 10 had to have been Miami Dolphins. 30-13. They got shut out for 3 quarters. And in the beginning, when they called the timeout with no time expired, when the Miami called a timeout with 15 minutes in the first quarter, no time came off the clock, and they called a timeout. When that happened and Tua threw an early pick, I was like, oh, it's about to be a long game. They came out and they were aggressive. I mean, Devon Achane, he had himself a hell of a game. Through the air, on the ground, 2 touchdowns. He had over 200 total scrimmage yards. Jalen Waddle had that nice deep ball catch. And the defense. The defense played good. Dalton Kincaid got knocked out of the game. Khalil Shakur, he was the only one that really did anything. James Cook, we didn't get there with the longest rush. Prop of the week is a bust. And Jalen and Josh Allen really took a hit in his MVP stock.
Huge hit. I think, for the Buffalo Bills, they look bad today. I had them number 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had them number 1 in my power rankings. Down they go. I'm letting you know right now. I think Josh Allen, overall,
It looked like rookie Josh Allen.
It didn't look good. And this is why a lot of people said the Bills are their biggest loser in the trade deadline. Because who on the outside, when we saw Kincaid get out, we understand Coleman had that nice catch 35-yard touchdown, but can you really expect Shakur to win you these tough games come playoff times? Do you expect Coleman to be that guy? I'm not sure about Coleman. I do like Dr. Kincaid, but he went out with an injury. So is it gonna look at all these receivers that were involved today, Dill? None of those guys scared me. I'm a Patriots fan. I ain't worried about nobody on the other side. Maybe Coleman, he could hurt me sometimes, but not really, Dill. We saw a lot of games where he has an offer. So what we've been seeing, if you're able to contain James Cook, you're live in this game. Miami held them to 53 yards, though they won by 17. Yes, give credit to the defense. Carl's in a couple of turnovers. We saw Josh Allen fumble late. We saw the interception at the goal line. So give credit to Miami. I think defensively they showed up. And then too, they didn't play great, but they didn't play bad. We saw the interception earlier. He did throw two in the game, but that great throw to Jalen Waddle, like you said, Chain did it rushing, did it receiving as well. 2 touchdowns on the ground, 174. Give credit to Miami. I understand that the season's not really gonna amount to anything, but an impressive win overall against a divisional rival. Embarrassing for the Buffalo Bills. If you lose in Miami, okay, you could lose, but to lose by 17, come on.
They didn't show up for 3 quarters. They were held scoreless, and this is the first time since 2023 the Miami Dolphins have beat the Buffalo Bills. It's been a while. They've had
it was numbers. six straight games.
Yeah. So it was a tough one, and this is an inspiring win. They fired the GM last week. They came out, and without Jalen Phillips, they traded one of their best defensive players as well.
Mm-hmm. Their round pick looking good now. Yeah. Looking good.
Hindsight's 2020. I should have locked up the Baltimore Ravens. They were one of my favorite plays this week, and I should have locked them up. Hindsight 2020, but they saw another team that started slow, but they picked it up late and they carried the momentum into the second half. They take care of business on the road, 27-19, 17 for 29 for Lamar. Only 1 sack collectively. Not everyone kind of ran the ball well for the Baltimore Ravens. Zay Flowers had a good game. Mark Andrews got in for a touchdown. And outside of Jalen Naylor, they really didn't do anything. JJ had 2 interceptions. Honest evaluation on the day, C-. The 2 picks, one was bad. One of them, Justin Jefferson didn't even attempt for the ball. And they had no run game. That was, I think that was the problem. Whenever your quarterback, unless it's like Lamar or Josh Allen, is leading your team in running, it is a problem. Aaron Jones, I just don't think Aaron Jones is good, if I'm being honest. The offensive line,
I think he's a little past his prime.
Yeah, even Jordan Mason, their backup, I don't think he's good either. And JJ McCarthy always felt like he was on the run trying to make a play, and it's unfortunate. He did have a lot of yards, but he sat back and threw the ball 42 times. He's obviously eventually going to go over 240 yards, so it was okay. Justin Jefferson didn't have a good game. A lot of drops. I mean, he was targeted 12 times, only 4 catches. You got to have more of an effort, I feel like, because the game was there. It wasn't like Baltimore was, overpowering you or clicking on all cylinders on offense. For a lot of the time, they were just kicking field goals. Mm-hmm. So there was an opportunity for the Minnesota Vikings, and you just expect more out of Justin Jefferson. I put some of the blame on him. I didn't love all the play calling, if I'm being honest. But overall evaluation, I probably give JJ probably like a C-.
Not for nothing, though. I'm not the biggest JJ McCarthy fan. I think he played decent, well today. I think he played well, not for nothing. For the circumstances, all the penalties. Let's talk about all the penalties.
Yeah.
Constant false starts. When they were had, 3rd and short, they get a false start. 4th and short, false start. So, I think the Minnesota Vikings had over 100 yards in just penalties alone. So I think they could constantly shooting themselves in the foot.
It was 13 penalties to 5, 102 penalty yards.
Yeah, so I think right there alone, I think Minnesota cost themselves the game. Like I said, I think J.J. McCarthy, he played better than I thought. Not for nothing. Even though the 2 interceptions, he led his team in rushing. Naylor had himself a huge game. I agree with you. I think Justin Jefferson, maybe not 4 receptions, but he could have got a little more than just 4 catches. Some of those balls were tough grabs, but at the end of your Justin Jefferson, if Jamar Chase gets 12 targets, we know he's coming down with 7 or 8.
You're
So
expected to make those catches. That's the thing.
yeah, exactly. So if you get 12, I expect you to come down with 7, more than 50%. So tough game for Minnesota, and at least I get there with the lock of the day with with the
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens. Not that impressive. Did they get the block punt? No, the fumble from the punt, kick return, get field position, ended up getting a 1-yard touchdown for Justice Hill. Derrick Henry, he has 75 yards on the ground on 20 carries. Wasn't that impressive. Lamar still doesn't look 100% from coming back from the injury, but they are 2-0 since he's returned. So that's a good sign. Defensively, they look better today. They look better, so that's good to see if you're a Baltimore fan. Good win, not that impressive, but we get there with the cover and we got there with the lock.
Yeah, they do move to 4-5 now. We'll see what Pittsburgh ends up doing for Sunday Night Football. If they wind up losing, they're right there, kid. They're still the favorite to come out of the North as well. But yeah, I should have locked them up. That one, I just had I don't know. I felt like I just had a really good feeling about that one. One I did not. I thought I had a good feeling on, but they just fell asleep at the wheel. I felt like. Credit you. Drake May has to be in the MVP race at this point. He has to be 5-0 on the road. They come back and they beat a really good Tampa Bay Bucks team, 28-23. Only 1 sack. He had that 1 interception, but outside of that, Travion Henderson, have yourself a day, kid. 14 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. Matt Collins, they could not guard him. They couldn't. They could not guard him. Stephon Diggs had the nice touchdown to go into the half. And outside of Emeka Egbuka, yeah, Ches Johnson had 2 touchdowns, but he only did 42 yards. And they shut down the run. Collectively, they ran for over 100 yards, but they really shut them down. And Baker, he had a pretty good game. Just defensively, they just couldn't get a stop. And, they don't really have that superstar on offense, but man, this team just doesn't quit, and they're a good team.
Dill, I agree with your last statement. That's one of the things I've been saying for the last couple of weeks about my New England Patriots. We end up winning these games, Dill, but we don't have that true number one option that's consistent. But we have somebody that shows up every week. Is it Diggs? Is it Hunter Henry? Is it Demario Douglas? Is it Booty? This week, who was it, Dill? Who showed up? It's our second-round draft picks in Travion Henderson and my boy Kyle Williams, Dill. Kyle Williams finally gets involved. For 1 catch, 72 yards for the touchdown in the first quarter. What I've been saying for this past since like week 4, why don't we get Travion Henderson more involved, Dill? The rookie, 14 carries, 147, 2 touchdowns. And we know how good Tampa Bay is against that run. Drake May, 270, 2 tutties, only 1 sack. Not his greatest game, but he played pretty damn well, Dale. 16 for 31. Wasn't, like I said, not his greatest game, but he played pretty damn well. And then our defense. Say what you want. I understand we was only able to get 2 sacks, but we got, consistent pressure on Baker Mayfield. The running game, I understand they got 113 on the ground, but that never really hurt us. And like you said, Cade Otton had a good game. Shout out Cade Otton. But besides, Egbuka, I think we played a great defensive game down in Tampa. I think we were both on Tampa in this game. This was such an impressive win by the New England Patriots. I think a win like this cements us as true contenders for the AFC now.
8-2, you guys tied the Indianapolis Colts at the number 1 seed in the AFC. 435 total yards you put up against a really good
on the road.
On the road. That's impressive, kid. It's impressive. Let's go to the next game, the New York Jets. I'm going to say New Jersey. I mean, honoring the late, great Nick Mangle, number 74, absolute legend. And for us to win 2 games, one where he passed and then one where we were honoring him, it just felt like something special, and we weren't going to lose this game. Who the fuck does Dylan Gabriel think he is laying points on the road against the Jets? I understand the Browns are a top 10 defense, but hey, shout out our special teams. 14 points back to back. No other team has done that in a while. So we get the punt return and the kick return. Breece Hall came on late. It took him a little while. Garrett Wilson wound up getting hurt again. We'll see what happens with him, but yeah, Breece Hall was the play, and Justin Fields 6 for 11, 54 yards. He had that one bad pick that fortunately didn't cost us anything. But I'll say this: I feel like our defense played well. We kind of held Quinton Junkins out of the end zone. Outside of that one catch from Jerry Jeudy in the corner of the end zone. That was probably the nicest throw I've seen Dylan Gabriel throw in a very long time.
Yeah, that was a good throw.
When he had that one guy where he missed, like right in front of him, and he threw it right into the ground early in the game, I said, bro, at some point, Shador's making those throws, right?
Mm-hmm. Still,
my real quick, does it say more that they don't like him, or if Shador isn't as good as Dylan Gabriel? One has to be true.
I think it could be a sprinkle of both. I do believe maybe not half, but some of either the coaching staff or the front office didn't want to draft Shador.
That's
right?
fair, yeah.
So I'll say a little bit of both. Now with Dylan Gabriel, you did draft him in the fourth round for a reason, right? So I think his string, his leash should be a little longer. If I'm the Cleveland Browns, I got to see what I have. If I truly believe, I don't. But if I'm the Cleveland Browns and I truly believe Dylan Gabriel possibly is our future, I need to see him for a couple more weeks before I push Shador out there. Now, my personal opinion, I think you should put Shador out there right now. But, hey, it's the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are going to do Cleveland Brownish things, so it is what it is. Now for the Jets, still, Justin Fields wasn't that good.
No.
But he won the game. Shout out your special team. Shout out Breece Hall. Not for nothing. Shout out that defense. I understand Dylan Gabriel played okay. Wasn't horrible, but the defense was able to make plays. It created Junkins pretty quiet. So give credit to the Jets. 1-2 straight. Hey, Dill, you better tell him you now. Relax.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose that top two.
I was gonna say it's fine because we have all those picks. We're still in prime position. We're still in prime position to get a number one pick or a top 3 pick. I know I was looking at Tankathon a few minutes ago, and right now we are slotted for the number 5 pick overall. So
that's a big drop.
That's fine. We got all those picks. We're good. We could creep up. And the way Mendoza was throwing the ball for Indiana, we had 3 executives at the game. I like the kid from out of Indiana, kid. He's the future. And honestly, Will McDonald had himself a hell of a day. 4 sacks, 5 tackles, 4 assisted tackles. He was all over the field. He had 4 tackle for losses. Jermaine Johnson was all over the field. The defense stepped up.
Yeah, one of your better defensive games of the year. Yes, it is the Dylan Gabriel rookie quarterback. But it was one of your better defensive games of the season. Definitely was.
I mean, it was just so easy. I mean, the Jets as an underdog at home to the Cleveland Browns.
Come on.
We should come on, bro. We should smash that every time. Another one I was kind of surprised at, Panthers. They just they threw an egg. 17-7. Tyler Shuck gets his first win. To be honest, kid, he looked pretty good. There were some throws he made. I was like, okay, 19 for 27, over 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was only sacked twice. He was better than Bryce Young.
Yeah, Chris Olave had himself a day too. I don't know if you saw that one-handed catch on the sideline.
On the sideline, yeah, he's OD.
So Give credit to Tyler. Great first win of his career, and not for nothing. Tough loss for the Carolina Panthers, because if they would have won this game, they would have been what, I think, a game back from first place,
Yeah, because Bucks lost.
yeah, they would have been a game back. So they would have they would have set themselves up at 6-4, now at 5-5. Hey, give credit to the New Orleans Saints. Shout out my boy Kellen Moore, play calling as well. Alvin Kamara had one of his better games of the season, 83 yards on the ground. Like I said, Chris Olave. Shout out Jawan Johnson as well. He had 92 yards with the touchdown. So shout out Tyler. Impressive day, not for nothing. Impressive day.
Tyler Shuck is better than Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
You saw it today, going on the road against a defense that at times played really good. He went out there and balled, I thought.
No, he played well, though. He played well. Not for nothing. And like you said, that defense, Carolina's above average, especially at home.
Yeah, so good win. And even with the win, Saints still have the number 2 overall pick. So they could still go out and get a really good draft pick as well. So, yeah, big win for the Saints. Tough loss for Carolina at home. Let's go. And then, I mean, your dog of the week. It got scary.
I mean, it was funny. It was a lucky dog. It was a lucky dog. I'll be the first one to admit.
And to be honest, the call at the end where they pushed back the Jaguars, where they completed that catch on the sideline where they could have got the field goal to win the game, I was suspect. That was a tough call. I don't know if they would have got that if they were down in Jacksonville, but yeah, Texans, they do come all the way back, 26 points in the fourth quarter. They wind up winning and beating Jacksonville. I don't know. I think I might be done on Jacksonville as well. They led the Jaguars led by 19 points in the fourth quarter today and lost. Jacksonville had been 53-0, including playoffs, when leading by 19 points at any point in the game. The only current NFL franchise that had won every such game, and they wind up losing today. That's a crazy stat. Woody Marks, I thought he ran the ball well at the end. At first, it really didn't look good. Think he might replace Nick Chubb as running back 1. And they could not stop Nico Collins. He has made such a difference since coming back. 7 catches, 136 yards. I like the kid out of Iowa State, Jaden Higgins, as well. He's good. He had 5 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Good win. Good win for Houston Texans.
Yeah, their defense in the fourth quarter was able to lock it up when they needed to. Trevor Lawrence wasn't impressive at all throughout the day, even though they had the big lead. 13 for 23, 158, 1 tutty, 1 interception, 5 sacks. So give credit to the Houston defense. When the game got out of hand, they didn't let it get past that. So David Mills, what did I say last? Well, I took him for the dog of the week. He came in, he was able to move the ball. He looked impressive last week, and I was like, with another week under his belt against a team that we honestly don't respect. Jacksonville is solid, but we just don't respect them. And you see why today. Nico Collins, 173. Dalton Schultz, 7 catches, 53 yards with the tutty. Jaden Higgins got involved as well. Like you said, Woody Marks with the touchdown early on, he ran the ball well. Nick Chubb ran the ball pretty well as well. So shout out Davis Mills. He deserves a night out in Houston. Houston got a great nightlife. So hopefully the team takes David Mills out. Great win for the Houston Texans as well for keeping the season alive. So shout out to Miko Murray. And not for nothing, Dill. Nico Collins had himself a day. I mean, yeah. I didn't even know he had 136. Shit.
So we'll talk about Kyler in a minute for the 4 o'clock window, but are we done on Trevor Lawrence? I mean, it is what it is at this point. The future has to be in limb for him in Jacksonville. He's just not a good. You know what he is. He's an average quarterback.
Yeah, he's an average quarterback. I think we spoke about it last EP when we counted 20 better quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence is not even top 20 right now. I at times he plays like a top 15 quarterback, but he never once in his career has been consistent a top 10 quarterback.
And he got paid like a top 10 quarterback. Tyler Shuck played better than him today. That's a fact. Is it not?
Jackson Dart played better than him. A lot of people.
And he got a concussion.
Mac Jones has been playing better than him.
Oh, Mac Jones has definitely played better than him this year.
Even though they're getting smoked right now, but still.
I mean, I think we got to be done with them. If I'm done with them, Jacksonville, the clock is running. And I think the same thing, and we'll talk about it in a minute with the Cardinals. I think the clock is running out on Kyler Murray as well.
Jacoby started today.
No, I know, but Adam Schefter made a report a day or two ago that the future is up in the air with the organization.
What I try to tell you now.
He might not, and I agree, he might not be it. But the difference with him is he could go and play fucking baseball. He's that good. Now, he did make the right decision. He's made over $140 million in the NFL. So he's made the right decision, but fuck it, he could go play fucking baseball for all I care. But yeah, let's get to the 4:00 window. Seahawks, they are dominating 41-15. It was over quick. I mean, it was over in the first quarter when they got that strip sack and fumble and brought it to the crib for Dexter Lawrence. The game was over. I mean, Sam Darnold's near perfect. 9 for 11, 167 yards. They don't need to do anything. Jackson Smith-Njigba is the best player in the NFL. Not receiver, best player in the NFL. That's my opinion. He's unguardable. Name me a receiver or a player that's better than him right now. Maybe Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry. Okay, outside of Jonathan Taylor.
Right now it's hard to say. He's having a great year. He's leading the NFL in rushing. He had a touchdown once again today. I'm pretty sure he's over 100 yards.
He went over his receiving future already. It was 925 and a half. That's disrespectful.
It was a little low. So once again, Seattle Seahawks is proven they're for real.
Yeah, they are.
They're beating up on these. And not for nothing, Cardinals has been playing pretty solid lately since Jacoby took over the helm. And like you said, Sammy D started the game perfect. The defense even better. So Seahawks is dominating. Another dominating blowout win by the Seattle Seahawks. That's why I had them so high on my power rankings. Shit, they might be number one. We'll see. I don't know. They might be.
Trey McBride had himself a day, and the reason I think they need to go with Jacoby or a different quarterback moving forward is the connection. Trey McBride is the top 5 tight end in the league, and there should be no reason why Kyler Murray can't get him the ball. There's just no reason.
And Marvin Harrison. We saw the week he had last week. He had a career year. He had the most receptions of his career last week. Come on.
Yeah, and he's smiling. That's the biggest thing, I think. Like, he's happy playing football. These other weeks, he's just not. You could see it. He's unhappy playing football. So, yeah, I agree. I think his future after this season is done with the Cardinals. I think he's going to be my hot take. I think I said this maybe on the show. He's going to be a Saint. Saints are going to go all in on Kyler Murray. And I was reading Jets Reddit. They're like, what if we get Kyler Murray? And I said, if we get him for free, I don't care. I'm not paying anything for this man.
Yeah.
Would you give a first rounder for Kyler Murray?
One?
No. I give a second rounder.
Put it like this, because if the Colts reach the AFC Championship game, I will give them one Colts pick. I will give them that 30th overall pick. It's a 30th overall pick for a starting quarterback that you don't have.
Or do you go and get Mendoza in the draft?
You could do both.
Yeah. But this guy he gets hurt. I would not waste a first round pick on this fucking guy at all. It's so crazy. Yeah, I think he's got. Gun to your head, do you think he plays for the Cardinals next year?
How many years left? Did he sign a 5 or 4 year deal? If he signed a 4-year deal, no.
Let me see. He signed a 5-year back in 2022.
Oh yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. It's over. Is it a soft benching? Did they bench Kyler Murray? They might have. I think you were right.
Dude, I try to tell you. I'm not gonna say I was right.
No,
but it
he's
looks like
ass.
I was.
Yeah,
It
he's
looks like I
ass.
was. You can't deny the just the numbers alone. They're averaging more yards a game, more points. They're competitive. Yeah, they blew out the Cowboys on Monday night as a 3.5 point dog.
Yeah. No, I agree. They just scored again here in garbage time, but still
Right,
they're
Marvin
fighting.
Harrison Jr. Another
Yeah,
touchdown.
they're fighting.
Hmm.
A team that's not fighting is the Washington Redskins. I mean, they're just with Trump in the stands. Did you see Amon-Ra St. Brown do the dance?
Oh yeah, he was there.
He wants the Redskins' new stadium to be named after him, Trump Stadium. So that's why he's at the game. That's fire if it is. He's at the game with the Redskins owner Josh Harris, and Amon-Ra St. Brown scored. He pointed at the box and he did the dance.
Yeah, all that stuff.
That's
Shout out Marcus
fire.
Brown. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what can you say? This team is so banged up. They're with their backup quarterback. And to be honest, when you have guys throwing punches, you know it's bad.
Dale, this is another, not for nothing. This whole 4 o'clock window went to shit. I know the NFL is not too happy about it. Straight blowouts. We got there. I'm not sure if you laid the 8.5.
Oh yeah.
I laid the 8.5 with the lines, and we got there with the prop of the week. Jameer Gibbs over 22.5 receiving yards. He had 22 receiving yards just in the first drive. I think he has over 30 right now with 3 total touchdowns. So shout out Jameer Gibbs. He might win me week 10 fantasy as well. Detroit. What did I say? I wouldn't be surprised they score 40 plus points. They scored 41 with 10 minutes left.
Yeah, it's bad. Washington, they're done. You know, having a great season like they did last year, expectations were high. Now they're going to be 3-7. Season's cooked, right?
Mm-hmm. It's over.
Yeah, it's over. Good bounce back win. They needed this. They moved to 6-3 now for the Lions. Matthew Stafford, he just threw another touchdown, 4 on the day. First ballot Hall of Famer. I don't care what anyone says. This man has been doing it for years now. Devontae Adams had one. Puka had one. Colby Parkinson had one. Davis Allen, he had one as well. They didn't even need to run the ball. And what did we say? If you stop Christian McCaffrey, you are going to win the game. And this was a revenge spot. San Francisco wound up beating them earlier in the year. The LA Rams wanted this one. Big win. They moved to 7-3 and move in tied with the Seattle Seahawks for first.
Yeah, another impressive win, another dominating win in the 4 o'clock window. Matthew Stafford becomes the 9th player in NFL history to reach 400 passing touchdowns. So shout out Matthew Stafford. No doubt about it, first ballot Hall of Famer. The 49ers absolutely got cooked today. It is what it is. Down 22 right now as we speak. Matthew Stafford had himself a day. And not for nothing, Colonel Williams, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams has been a huge addition to this offense and team. Not for nothing, man. Watch out for the Rams. They're loaded right now.
They're loaded. They're a top 5 team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be, right? A little sneak peek into your
I think I had them at 6.
So. Okay. I think I had them at
7.
5. So we'll see. And that's it, kid. 1-3. The prop did not get there. Lock did not get there. Teaser did not get there. Bad week, but we do hit there with the dog. Who would have thought the Jets would be the only team, kid, to get home for us at plus 114? Outside of that, not the best week. How did you do?
I did well, though. 3-1 on the day. We got there with the lock of the week. Baltimore -4.5, -4 on the road. We got there. Jameer Gibbs over 22.5 receiving yards. And then we get there with the dog, Houston Texans, sweaty, lucky, call it whatever you want. We got there with the Houston Texans, but we couldn't get there with the 3-way 6-leg teaser. So 3-1 on the day. I'll take it.
Never apologize for a win. And one, I remember. I'm paraphrasing you. Coming into the show or a couple days ago, you said, this might be my favorite teaser of all time. I'm confident.
So I'm confident. I was like, I know that doesn't mean well.
No. So next time you say that, I'm gonna write a note and I'm gonna take the opposite. I mean, the teasers have not been there.
Two for three is pretty good. I might come back next week with just a
Yeah.
2 leg though. Might just go back to the 2 legs.
And for our live listeners, we got about 45 people listening live. We are on the Steelers, right, for Sunday Night Football?
I'm on the Chargers.
Oh, you are. Okay.
But I do like a prop that I took. So let me
Okay.
tell for the live listeners right now, and then I'll literally show you it's open. Give me Kenneth Gainwell, 15 plus receiving yards at plus 112. Put that in right now, people. I'm telling you right now. I got it in right now, as you can see, Gainwell. So shout out Kenneth Gainwell. I think he has a big game tonight. I think he'll be involved. 15 plus receiving yards at plus 112. Give me that.
I like that. That'd be good for my fantasy if he gets that. So, how are you doing in fantasy? You doing good?
Still, shockingly, with Jahmyr Gibbs having 3 touchdowns, I'm looking real good.
Oh, good. I'm glad. All right. Like I said, not the best week for me in college football. It was a good week for Ohio State. They moved to 9-0. I mean, Jeremiah Smith, I continue to come on here every weekend and say he is the best player in college football. 10 catches, 137 yards, 1 touchdown. They dominate Purdue. I love this fucking kid, Fernando Mendoza. 19 for 30. Had the one bad pick late in the quarter. Hostile environment at Happy Valley at Penn State, but he came back and he hit and he made the game-winning touchdown. I mean, to get those. I think he got 2 feet down, let alone 1.
Yeah, he did get 2 feet down.
Omar Cooper Jr., he is a beast to get those feet down. The poise to get, what a throw. What a catch. What a win. I mean, this Indiana Hoosier team just doesn't lose. That was a gutsy win on the road. They moved to 10-0 as well. Did you see that clip or did you see the game?
Yeah. I saw some of the game. That clip there, that was an impressive touchdown, not for nothing.
Yeah, A&M, they wind up winning as well. They blow out Missouri. Alabama, did you watch your team? I mean, we don't get there with the 10.5. They lose by 11.
That's why I didn't want to. That's why I stayed away. I did think Alabama was going to win, but do I want to lay 10.5 on the road?
It would have hit. Ty Simpson is legit, though. I mean, he should be in the Heisman conversation as well. 21 for 35, 277 yards, and a touchdown. Georgia, they win the Battle of the Bulldogs against Mississippi State. Texas Tech, you get home with the -8. They blow out BYU.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Texas Tech they're the best team in the Big 12. They have to be. We should have won there with Iowa on the money line. They were winning, and Oregon comes back and kicks the game-winning field goal to win the game. But we do get there with the +6.5, 18-16. It's such an Iowa game. They could have won. Fucking Navy. They got demolished by Notre Dame. It was sad. Virginia wound up losing. Hey, we talked about it when the college football rankings came out, and we said Virginia. I know they're 14th in the country, but they're not as good at. They were walking close to the edge. I mean, they could have lost a couple times. They wind up losing at home to Wake Forest, 16-9. Cal upsets Louisville, 29-26 as well. Vanderbilt gets back in the win column. Diego Pavia had 3 touchdowns as well. And then Wisconsin, they upset number 23 Washington as well. If I tell you this stat line, you'll be like, how did they win the game? 48 passing yards for Wisconsin, and they win the game.
Hell of a running game, hell of a special teams performance.
Had to. So, yeah, all around, not the best week, but you do get there with your one play, right? With Texas Tech.
Win 1-0. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, kid. All right. Other than that, shitty week here in Jersey. It rained. Worked on the car?
No. Sadly.
Weekend got ahead of you, huh? Got away from you?
Yeah, got away from me, Dill.
Yeah.
Got away from me.
Yeah, no, I hear that. All right, kid, before we get into Monday Night Football, quick word from our sponsor. We're brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry watching Monday Night Football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Monday Night Football, and we are going on the road to Lambeau. Hopefully, kid, we get a tundra game. I hear it's going to be cold. We saw a little snow today in Chicago, a little flurries. We'll see if we see any in Green Bay. Packers short favorites at home, -1.5, -118 on the money line, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles at +100. Total is at 44.5. Okay, we'll start with the side. What are we feeling here for Monday Night Football?
Give me the short puppy. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles on the money line on the road. We just saw this same Green Bay Packer team didn't show up against the Carolina Panthers at home. We just saw the Panthers get embarrassed by the New Orleans Saints at home as well. Now you got the defending champs rolling off a bye week. A.J. Brown is healthy. He's back in the lineup. Saquon Barkley, he's back. He's in the lineup. I think the Eagles, they might start off slow a little bit, but I think they take care of business. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles +100 on the money line.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are the side, kid. I truly do. I don't know if I could back. I don't know if I could back the Packers here. I do think, I do think the weather in the home field is a real thing. I just think the Eagles are a little better than the Packers on both sides of the ball. Even if we have seen some lackluster performance from the Eagles this season, Eagles, they're also coming off an extended week of rest. They have Nolan Smith returning from injury as well. Jalen Phillips, Jair Alexander's out, but it should give the team a boost. So I agree. I'm gonna take the plus money here with the Eagles. I just think they're the better team. I understand if it was a neutral site, I think the Eagles would be favorite. I think the only reason the Packers are favorite is because they're home, which makes sense. It is Lambeau Field, but we have seen teams like the Cleveland Browns go on the road and beat them. So, right, they beat them at Lambeau.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No. It was in Cleveland.
In Cleveland, okay. But still, truth still stands. As for the total, what are your thoughts here? Like I said, it is sitting at 44.5. I actually think we'll see some points here.
I do think we'll see some points as well. I do lean the over. I'm not going to bet it officially, but I feel like with the Green Bay Packers, offensively, you got to show up today. Only scored 10 points last week, and you struggled all day. Red zone, fourth down conversions, and you couldn't really establish anything against the Panthers. Now you got a better defense coming in. I understand it's a much better defense than the Eagles, but I feel like offensively, Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love have to execute come tomorrow night.
All right, let's get to our prop of the week, and it is presented by Props.Cash, the best way to research all your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for over 2 years now, and it's the best way to get all your props. They get an edge on several player prop markets on the web or the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. That is DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now. Sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your research today at Props.Cash. Okay, what is your prop of the week for Monday Night Football?
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles, and I'm shocked that this guy is at plus money. Give me Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown at plus 110. Hate it or love it, the tush push. I think the Green Bay Packers was one of the teams that wanted to ban the tush push.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think Philadelphia is obligated to run it once or twice on them. Wouldn't be surprised if they won it a couple of times on them. Give me Jalen Hurts at plus money, plus 110 anytime touchdown.
I was looking at Devontae Smith over 53.5 receiving yards, but they do have a good secondary, and I got kind of worried off of that a little bit. So I pivoted, and I took Nick Folk today for the Jets over 1.5 field goals made. And that is where I'm going with the Green Bay kicker, Brandon McManus, over 1.5 field goals. You can get that at plus 105 as well. He's hit this in 5 of his last 6 games, 7 of his last 10. He's 83% on the year, and he just has a great matchup. Eagles ranked 32nd in the league in versus kickers. And my thing also with the Packers, they remind me kind of like Houston, where they get down into the red zone or on the plus side of the field, and they kind of stutter a little bit. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity to kick some field goals and just get the points. So over 1.5 field goals, maybe you could get that at plus 105. That is going to be my prop for Monday Night Football. Kid, anything else here for Monday Night Football?
I kind of do like A.J. Brown over 56.5 receiving yards as well. I feel like, him coming back from injury and the bye week, I feel like they have to get him involved early on just to get his mind right in the game. And not for that, Saquon over 14.5 receiving yards is a little short. Kind of tempted to take that over, but I do like A.J. Brown over 56.5 receiving yards as well.
All right, let's get to the NBA. By the way, kid, our teams are playing right now as we speak. It's halftime.
Getting smoked.
Yeah, we're winning 77-62. Where minus 19.5 is the live line. Honestly, OKC is getting smoked too by Memphis. Good. We have 9 games on the Monday night slate. I tried watching the NBA a little last night. It was terrible, bro. It was so bad. I'm sorry. Do you sit there? I know we're in like the midst of football season and college football, but like, do you sit there and watch the NBA?
Yeah, on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Sometimes Thursdays because it's Thursday night. But
and what do you think about the product? Like, no, I'm not even trying to troll, kid. Like, I genuinely can't watch it unless it's like the playoffs where it's the Knicks. I'm like, all right, I could watch that.
To be honest, I think the product is a little better than last year. I feel like
really.
Yeah. I feel like last year it was like too many threes. I feel like we're sitting a little step back from the threes and a little more efficient. So I feel like it's more watchable this year than it was last year. I'll say that. Is it as is it like 10 years ago? No. To me, there's still shit too many threes to my liking. But hey, that's how the game is flowing nowadays. It is what it is.
There was a breakaway. It was a 3-on-1, and they shot a 3. They got the offensive rebound, kicked it off to the corner, and shot another 3.
I hate when somebody gets this steal and they pull up and shoot a 3.
That makes me so mad.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, am I old already?
No, we're definitely old. All right, what do you like for Monday night?
Oh, from Monday night, not all the slates are out yet, but a few game lines are out. So I'm gonna attack the lines that are out. Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Charlotte Hornets. You just saw the Lakers suffer their worst loss of the season. My boy JJ Redick was pissed off after the game, so I think the Lakers are gonna come out firing in all cylinders. Luka's been playing like an MVP, and I think we're gonna see it. Give me the Lakers minus 7.5 on the road in Charlotte. Next game, Portland Trailblazers taking on the Orlando Magic. I like the Magic, not for nothing, but give me the Portland Trailblazers plus 4.5 on the road. Do I think they're live here? Maybe. Give me the 4.5 with the Portland Trailblazers. And as of right now, no other games lines are up. Depending on the spread, I will like the Phoenix Suns versus the New Orleans Pelicans. And then if it ain't too high, I would take the Bucks versus Dallas Mavericks on the road.
It's crazy though. I think on one of my algorithm, I think Gilbert Arenas and like his podcast on I don't even know what it's called, but he's on my algorithm. He said when LeBron comes back, he should come off the bench. I didn't know what to think about it because generally I don't watch the NBA like that. What are your thoughts? Because I thought that was a very interesting take.
You can't deny how well the Lakers have been playing to start the season. Does LeBron come in and you know, mess it up a little bit, maybe. But at the end of the day, it's LeBron James. He's the greatest player of all time. So I feel like if any player could come in and mesh well to what's going on right now, it's LeBron James. So I think we might see LeBron James defer a little more. I think we're gonna see LeBron piggyback and possibly push Luka as this is Luka's team. You
Yeah.
know, pass the mic to Luca. So I think we're going to see Luca still be the main point of the team, and I think we're going to see a sprinkle of LeBron James. I wouldn't be surprised if we see LeBron average career lows. Still be great, but I wouldn't be surprised if when LeBron comes back he averages like 21, 7 and 5. So still pretty damn good. Not to LeBron goatness status, but at the end of the day, I feel like right now, if the Lakers could keep it up, like I said, DeAndre Ayton is averaging 16, 17 points a game. Luka's averaging damn near 40. Austin Reeves giving you about 25 a night. If those guys could keep it up and LeBron could just sprinkle in, give you 20 and 8, 20 and 7, I think the Lakers might be
Yeah,
contenders.
I'm looking at the numbers 7-3. Luka's averaging 37, 10, and 10.
Mm-hmm.
He's OD. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Already, maybe, yeah.
I think he needs
Honestly,
to win a chip.
no, they all need to win a chip, though. But
Who would you take, Luka or Shea, right now?
it's hard. It's hard to not say Shea. Shea's a league MVP. He's a, he's
Yeah.
a, he's a Finals MVP. He's a
But
married.
one could argue he didn't play the best postseason. I think he played a more dominant regular season than postseason last year. They were just so fucking good.
Yeah, he was on a great team. So, at the end of the day, I think Luka's more entertaining. But if I want to win, I think it has to be Shea. But I'm gonna be honest, we're seeing Luka.
Yeah.
This is the first season we're seeing Luka at the best shape of his career. We've seen Shea for the best shape of his career throughout his career. This is the best version of Luka we're seeing, and this might be the version we see of Luka moving forward.
Yeah, I saw that question be posed on Twitter, and I was reading the comments, and it was kind of split. A lot of people said Shane, a lot of people said Luca. I had no opinion because I really don't watch the NBA like that, but I figured I'd ask you, and it's interesting. It's interesting to see who would take who. But college, I only got 2 plays. I'm gonna take Kent State -1.5. Or if you want to just take them straight up on the money line, I like Kent State. And then we're gonna go with the Cyclones. Iowa State will lay the 4.5. I think 4.5. They should be, over double-digit favorites in my opinion. So I'll take the -4.5 here with Iowa State. That's gonna do it, kid. Anything else? Anything you want to get off your chest before our next episode?
Just know if Marvin Harrison would have finished with 40 plus receiving yards, I would have hit a crazy parlay.
You would have had
He's a
yourself a
bum.
hell of a day.
He's a bum. He's a bum.
All right, good. Well, enjoy Sunday Night Football. Enjoy Monday. Good luck on all your bets to everyone, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.